So about a year ago, I made my sim racing room tour video for 2024, and I thought at the time, right, I'm nearing the end game, I can't make the room much better, and I was quite happy with it. But a year on, here we are, 2025, and it looks completely different in there. It's got loads of different equipment as well. So let's have a look. My sim racing room tour video 2025. Let's get into it. So it's worth saying as well, all the equipment in this room will be in the description below, so you can go and see exactly what I use and check it out for yourself. But where do we start? I think we start here. Actually, no, let's start from the top. So why is it so different? I mean, the first thing that's different is it's completely rearranged. So last year, the rig was over there pointing that way. The desk was over here, this stuff was over here, and so the reason I've switched it around was for two reasons. One, it's quite a small room, so I wanted to use the space better, and secondly, I think I just got a bit bored. I literally lived here 4 years, I wanted to change it up a bit, it was a bit samey, so I thought, right, let's just switch it up. The second biggest thing would be that bad boy up there, so proper air conditioning, game changer. So these British homes are built to keep the heat in, so in the summer, not even in the summer, I've had days where it's 8 degrees outside and in this room it'll be 27 degrees because all the heat rises and it stays in this room with the PCs on, with me in the rig sweating, like it gets so hot in here. So I had to fork out a bit of cash to get that, but I think it's worth its weight in gold. It's like 23 degrees outside right now. I'm at an optimal temperature right now, so I can't complain. Aside from the AC unit being a massive bonus, on this side we've got a few trophies and stuff really. We've got British GT Donington 3rd place, E-Race of Champions from 2019, Oulton Park, the first GT race where I won. Got a Spa 2022 replica model from when I did that race, a few other trophies, a Scare Electrics model of the British GT car. So a lot of the stuff I showed you back in last year's room tour video. So what we got down here that's new? Well, we got this, which is my neck training device. It's a very suspect looking bit of equipment, isn't it? But that is just purely for training my neck, which for GT3 last year was very helpful. We've got my new VR headset, MetaQuest 3s, but I think I have shown that in a previous video already, to be fair. Old helmets, old wheels, F1 car models. On this shelf, we've got my current lid, which I've not used in a while, which is a bit sad. Trophies from esports, Le Mans esports, SRO esports, British GT esports. Another old lid, SRO esports from a couple of years back. Hats, caps, and all that stuff. So if we move over here quickly, so another little shelving unit with some trophies. So British GT overall championship 3rd place, Autosport esports driver of the year 2022. But the newest one, which wasn't here last year, of course, was the Jeddah bronze 3rd place. So still got all the champagne watermarks and stuff. Well, it wasn't champagne, it was like apple juice, but yeah, it's still a bit mucky, but I'm never going to clean that. So YouTube plaque for 100,000 subs right there, some old name boards from some of the ESLR One Race events in years gone by. Big Nordschleifer track, McLaren posters, British flag remains there. I've got some acoustic soundboards as well that blend into the wall. So I've got one there, one there, one there, and one there. So I've got 4 in total, just to make it a little bit less echoey in here. It can get quite noisy in here, to be fair. So anyway, in the drawers, we've got loads of random things. So nuts, bolts, washers for the rig, passes and tape, and what else is in here? Sticky pads, cables, more cables. It's just lucky dip really. I have no idea where anything is, but it's all in here somewhere. This is a sim related one. I've got a quick release system in here. I've got my grip tape for my wheel rims. I've got haptics for my pedals that I don't use anymore because I've got the active pedals. Moving over to the desk, because the room's quite small, I keep moving this chair, but it's the same Nobles chair I had in the last video, so it's nice and comfy, does the job. Has got a Mercedes logo on it, but obviously I'm not part of the Mercedes team anymore, so sad. We've got the same desk PC as before. My SSD actually died last Friday, so I had to put a new SSD in there last week, which is a bit of a faff, but it's still just about getting by, which is good. Elgato key light, controller, 2 monitors. Nothing special really, it's just where I do all the stuff apart from sim racing, like making videos or boring stuff like messages and emails and playing games that aren't racing games. I just do it here. Logitech keyboard and mouse, mic where I do all my narration. Most of my videos are actually filmed here when I'm sort of talking to camera. The camera will be on this little mount here and it will just be looking down with the rig behind me. It's quite a nice angle. and I'll be talking into this. Got a nice canvas up here of some familiar faces. Maybe you can put in the comments exactly who everyone is, just to test your knowledge. And yeah, one thing I forgot to say actually, I do a lot of coaching here, and I have done for the last year. I've probably coached over 80 people, maybe 90 people, and across the various sim platforms. Really enjoying that. It's going way better than I thought it would. So do a lot of coaching, sim racing tuition sort of thing as well sat here. But if we move to the Holy Grail, the bit you're all here for, to be fair, the simulator. It's very tight in here, so I have spilt my hot brew off this corner, I'd say 2 or 3 times so far since rearranging this room. So where do we begin? I think we start with the chair. So Cobra Seats Drive Lounge Edition chair, which is a new chair. My old chair was a Cobra Seats one. It was more racy than this one. It was made of this like sports material, but being honest, year on year with the sweat in the rig, the material just didn't handle it very well and it got a bit manky, whereas this leather one you can clean quite easily. So I much prefer this chair. It's better for my posture. I was going to talk about that in a minute, but we may as well talk about it now. The other one was quite tight, so my shoulders would always be quite far forward, and it did lead to a few neck issues where I'd pull ligaments in my neck, whereas this one is a lot more open. It's better for my posture. And so yeah, it doesn't look as racy, but it's definitely better for sim racing, I think. So all of this stuff is mounted to a Pro Sim Rig PSR1 from Race Anywhere, so I am in a partnership with them guys, and yeah, they sorted me out 4 years ago. This rig's still going strong. I think we're looking at maybe getting another one later in the year that's slightly upgraded, so looking forward to that. Obviously on the rig you've got the cup holder, you've got the keyboard tray, you've got a wireless keyboard. The newest addition to the rig is the Asher racing wheel. So it's a McLaren Artura Ultimate wheel. Pretty much it's the big boy they do, it's like their best wheel, and it's actually customized for me. So they have a thing on their website where you can basically bespokely customize it exactly how you want it. What color do you want the buttons? Do you want your logo in the middle? It's the end game wheel for me. It's got everything I want. It's the perfect size. It's got the screen in the wheel, so I don't have to have a big screen blocking my monitor in the form of a DDU. All the dials I'd want. It's got enough buttons, but not too many. It's formula style as well, so that's my perfect wheel, to be honest. Got Elgato Stream Deck on the side for my streaming. We're also running SimmerCube equipment now, so SimmerCube have really sorted me out. SimmerCube Ultimate Wheelbase, the best wheelbase they do. The best wheelbase around, to be honest. You ain't gonna find a better one than that. SimmerCube Active Pedals Ultimate on both the throttle and the brake. So I've got a 2 pedal set now, not a 3, but I've got a clutch on the wheel, so I don't need the clutch pedal. I've had these for about 2 months now, and there will be a video very soon more specifically on the active pedals, but they're insane, man. They're so good. I mean, you can say I'm wearing a SimmerCube jumper, I'm gonna say that, but genuinely they're nuts. So we're still running the Samsung Odyssey 9 ultra wide monitor, so that must be one of the most common questions I get asked. Are you on an ultra wide, or are you running triple screens, or why are you on an ultra wide over triples? And the monitor's definitely a very intriguing part of the rig for most people, but I think for me, the G9 is good enough. There is a bigger version, there's a 57-inch. I just think there's no need for that because it just sucks away more frames. So for me, the 49-inch ultra-wide curved that wraps around your face slightly, for me, is perfect for what I need it for. High-level sim racing where I need the FPS. Also, it's immersive enough to make me enjoy my sim racing, but for streaming as well, it's really easy. Whereas triples can be a bit of a nightmare when it comes to that sort of stuff, like content creation. Up here, I've got the camera for my streaming and videos. It took a while to get to the perfect angle, but it's just on a mount, which I can adjust, but it's all set and fixed. I've got my lights, one for me, one for my pedal cam down here. I've got a pedal cam, Logitech webcam just above that down here, which you probably can't see. I've got my streaming monitor for reading chat and seeing all of you lot when I'm live. I've got, oh, my legs. My streaming microphone, an Elgato microphone. And yet, for both my desk and the sim, I've got SteelSeries Nova wireless headsets. Very, very good. Does the job. Wireless headsets are the way forward. So the final thing we've not touched on is, sorry, OCD kicking in, the heart and soul of the simulator, and that's the PC, of course. As many of you will know, the last 2 or 3 years, or for a long time basically, I've had constant PC issues whilst sim racing and streaming. You know, USB disconnects, screen freezes, low FPS problems, all sorts, and it has been driving me mad. But now that's all been sorted because PC specialists have swooped in and sorted me out. They've sent me one of their beefy new PCs for me to do all of my sim racing on moving forward. So if we look at the specs, Intel Ultra 9 CPU, NVIDIA 5070 Ti GPU, 64 gig of RAM, two 2TB SSDs, and it's in this lovely case, which I actually like the look of. I like the colours I've selected with the RGB and stuff. I think it looks quite clean. But yeah, a full spec list for the PC can be found in the description below with the rest of the equipment, along with a cheeky £30 discount for you lot PC Specialist if you use the code JAMES with 3 A's. But yeah, a big thank you to PC Specialist for coming in and sorting me out with that. Okay, so let's do a few corners. I just want to show you lot what it looks like when I'm driving on the rig with my FOV and my ergonomics and seating position and all that stuff. Right, so we're in iRacing McLaren 720S GT3 Evo at Spa, and you can see I've done all my FOV calculations and I've used the in-game monitor feature to take into account the curvature of the monitor and all that stuff. So it just gives you an idea of what I see in the rig, because when you're watching my stream or videos, you only see the gameplay, but you don't really see what that looks like in my field of vision. So you can see my eyes are probably halfway up the monitor, exactly. And you can see ergonomically, my shoulders are way more open than they were before now. I can really relax them while I drive. And I've definitely opted for a GT seating position. I really did not like the Formula One I had a few years ago. I've got a slight bend in the knees. I've got my feet slightly lower than the central part of my body. And it's just comfy. I'll tell you one thing though, if I don't run this pillow behind my lower back, I get immediate back and leg pain. So this little pillow, just putting it at the bottom of my back, it just gets rid of all that pain. So if you are experiencing a little bit of lower back pain or leg pain, definitely run something in your lower back just to take some of the pressure off that area. But yeah, this is obviously the new wheel as well. You can see the shift LEDs working quite nicely. It's a really nice looking wheel, to be fair. And then braking on the active pedals, I've got my ABS feature set. So let me quickly mash the brake pedal to get the ABS going. You might be able to hear it. Right, I've just thought of this now. I'm going to show you something, right, with the active pedals. So you have motor vibration in the effects. Hopefully the microphone picks this up, but I've turned the motor vibration on the throttle and the brake all the way to the maximum intensity. I'm going to just show you, hopefully, how loud this is. It's like a Formula One car's revving in my sim room. It's nuts, isn't it? Just, it's such a weird feeling on your feet when it's that intense, but just a little sneak peek as to what these pedals can do. Not that you'd ever run it at that, but still. So yeah, that is it for the room tour video in 2025, as I gracefully get out of the rig. A lot different to 2024. I think it's a lot better, but I've accepted at this point there is no end game. There's always going to be something in here I'm trying to improve. Also, let me know what setups you guys run at home. I'd be very interested to see what you guys are using. And as always, thank you for watching. Give it a like and subscribe if you really enjoyed it. I will catch you all next time. Take care. Goodbye.